This news update is brought to you by
This is a 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Monday, September 29th, 2014. Good morning, I'm Carol Williams. Major reforms are coming for the private transportation sector. Transport Minister Michael Lashley announced at a meeting last night with public service vehicle operators that an inspectorate will be set up to monitor the behavior of drivers to ensure they stick to the dress code. And PSV operators will soon have no choice but to have their vehicles inspected every 6 months. Owners of vehicles deemed not to be roadworthy will have their permits suspended until the defects are remedied. Additionally, the minimum age for PSV drivers will be 25 years, and all drivers will be required to have at least 4 years minimum driving experience. The changes will be facilitated by amendments to the Road Traffic Act and the Transport Authority Act that will go before Parliament before the end of November.
I don't believe that or anybody should have to tell a big man that he's got to get up in the morning, he's got to bathe, he's got to put on a nice shirt, he's got to put on some socks and some shoes because he's dealing with the traveling public. But we have reached a sad state. So what I have to do is to make sure these regulations are finished, and once they're laid in Parliament, then it now becomes law.
And on another issue, Minister Lashley wants people accused of murder off the streets of Barbados. Stating his concern with the rising crime rate in the country, the minister told the launch of a neighborhood watch group in Grassfield, Duncan, Phillip last evening that it's time to amend the Bail Act.
My view is that we have to probably go back to the days and amend the Bail Act and remove the capital offense of murder from the schedule of offenses that are available. That is my view. I know you might get some flack for it, but I certainly believe that remove it from the schedule and put it back where that person will have to utilize the common law to apply to the High Court.
A member of the Police High Command is charging that the continued breakdown in Barbados' societal value system is driving young people to a life of crime. Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Euclid Thompson is laying the blame at the feet of some parents, saying their failure to properly train the children is causing them to gravitate to lawlessness, violence, drugs, and other antisocial behavior.
Suddenly, our children have become adults, and we are not able to speak to them in the conventional mode of parents to children. Worst of all, the role have now changed. Parents are the ones taking the instructions. You have failed to bend the tree while it was young. You have failed to set good examples of love, of charting a path of steady growth, and preparing for every stage of their development.
Businessman Rodney Wilkinson, who is facing 67 fraud-related charges, will know today whether he will get bail. His attorney will make the application in the High Court. On Saturday, Wilkinson, a director of Executive Rentals Inc. and Premier Pre-Owned Vehicles Inc., appeared in the District A Magistrates Court to answer to the charges of criminal deception. The 59-year-old is accused of defrauding primarily Globe Finance Inc. and NASCO Finance, amounting to about $4 million. Abysmal and total failure. That's how opposition leader Mia Motley is describing government's 19-month fiscal stabilization plan. Speaking at a constituency branch meeting of the Barbados Labour Party at the Rice's Pavilion in St. Philip last evening, she said the frontal steward administration is way below its targeted $429 million in spending cuts.
After 10 months of measures, after cutting expenditure in statutory boards, after a stabilization tax, after a bank asset tax for 10 months, after a lottery's winning tax, after cutting goods and services by 5% it was, all of these measures that all the government of Barbados has been able to achieve in 10 months of absolute war, hardship and murder, in the traditional Bajan sense of the word, is a $5 million savings.
Over now to sports. Barbados Tridents produced a limp all-round effort to crash out of the Champions League 2020 after going down by 6 wickets to Hobart Hurricanes yesterday. Playing at the Punjab Cricket Association Stadium in India, the Tridents tumbled to 113 all-out of 19.4 overs. Jonathan Carter top-scored with 42 and was the only batsman to pass 20 and one of 4 to reach double figures.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
To the region, the Pan American Health Organization launches a new app for mobile devices and computers that calculates the risk of cardiovascular disease among Caribbean nationals. The launch is in recognition of today's observance of World Heart Day. Internationally, American President Barack Obama acknowledges that U.S. agencies underestimated the threat posed by Islamist insurgents in Syria. He said while al-Qaeda had been beaten in Iraq by U.S. forces working with Sunni tribes, they took advantage of the power vacuum in neighboring Syria to emerge as ISIS. And that brings us to the end of our 7 a.m. Barbados Today update. We'll be back again at noon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or better yet, like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you for the latest news and sports. I'm Carol Williams. Have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by